everybody, John Hayes here from One Day Code, and today I will show you guys a little bit of a package that I made for this game jam, the Level Up, an RPG game jam that's running during this November. So basically, what I've done, I created a small package that you can import into your Unity, and basically we'll make the whole Level Up system work. It's very simple. I tried to make it as simple as I could, not going like thinking about too many complex cases, just making sure that anyone, even extreme beginners, can import that package into their Unity project and start working right away. Okay, so let me show you how it works. You're going to find a link on the description. You're going to download the package. The package is a file that looks just like this. See? Package. Unity package. If it doesn't show the Unity logo, you can double click here and select the program that you want to open that with. Or just click, drag and drop into your Unity project here. Okay? Or to open that, you can also just double click if the Unity project is already opened. So basically that's an empty project. I just created that. Then I double click, import Unity package. It comes with one test scene, one player data, which is the most important script, and the other one's just for UI operations example, so you can see it actually working. There's also a prefab for the rows. Very simple, and I'm going to show you guys each of those elements right now. So it's very fast because there's not much. You can open that and you can start. You don't have to create everything from scratch. So first of all, import TMP Essentials, which is the Text Mesh Pro used for basically anything inside Unity, a package to use specific fonts. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then you can import examples and extras if you like. Alright, sometimes it bugs a little bit like this. Then you can just open that again. Done. Now it's working properly. So let me show you the example, and then I'll show you the code on about how it works. So it's very basic. I have those 7 skills, which are mandatory. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's about that game jam. The link's also in the description. It's a game jam that's running in November, and it has it has exactly $1,500 on the prize pool. Okay, so let me show you how it works. Everything's on experience 0 and level 1. So I select which skill I want to add experience. Let's say strength. Then I want to add 50. Add experience. It adds experience. And the greatest thing is that if I stop and then I play again, it's saved on local storage. So when I open that, it already loads from the memory, from the local storage, that experience. Then I can also remove experience, for example, from strength, remove. And I can also reset all levels. Very basic. It's just for you not to have to create everything from scratch. Okay, so now let's go through each of the components. The main thing is this guy, player data operations. Okay, so we have player data and player data operations. Player data is the guy responsible for taking care of adding experience, removing experience, checking when you're leveling up or not, and also displaying several messages on the console. There's a lot of debugs here. I made that because it's easier for beginners to understand everything that is happening. And if you're a beginner, you can know exactly when that specific action happened by clicking here once and then going here to on the first text that is blue. So if you double click here, you go straight to that specific line. Alright? So player data, what we have here, skill category, because you have to use those 7 skills for the jam. They are already here as an enumerator, so it's easier to use them, because then I can just use skill category, dot, and then the name of the category. I have skill properties, because I have one category. So for example, strength, I have some experience for that strength, and a level for that strength. Alright? Very basic. And then I have the player data, the most important of all. The way I did here, the way I created that, is by using only one player. Okay, if you want to have multiple characters or multiple save modes, you're gonna have to work and change some things here. But to make everything as simple as I could, I made it for just one player. Okay, so here we have the level experience table that you must use. It's on the Game Jam's rules. Okay, the player data is a singleton. It means that I can easily access that just by doing, for example, this. From any script in my project, you can access that data just by using player data dot instance dot, then you can access any method that I've created in this class. Okay, so we have a list of skills, which are those 7 skills up there. Now I have initialization. So when I start, this is for the singleton, for it to be able to find anywhere in the project. Everything is also commented here. Then I load all the skills from my player prefs. Okay, I load them. And how do I load them? It's a method for that. So I load by getting that specific category, get in. So I get an integer from that category for experience and also for the level. Okay, so I'm loading all of them from my memory. That's what happens when the game starts. Awake always runs before start. So in my other script here that is only for visuals, I have all the visual elements and all the interactive ones here. When I start, I update all of those texts on the screen by getting the current experience. And here you can see the enums, so skill category strength, skill category speed. I get all of those experience points and place them on the screen. And here the same thing, but for the levels. Alright, then I have all the basic operations are already here. Add experience, and I receive 2 parameters. Which skill I want to add experience to, and how much. Then all of that part you don't have to worry too much. Just understand that I'm basically adding experience, and after I finish that, I save the skill. That code's also very good because it checks for when you're leveling up. So when you level up, it calls that function on level up. And in your game, that's a moment that you can, like, for example, display something on the screen, level up. You know, it displays the old level and also the new level that you just got for that specific skill. Okay, then you have this one for resetting all skills. For example, if you want to erase a saved data. You have remove experience, not very usual. Like, I don't know why you would use that, but I don't know, maybe in your game there's some kind of penalty for some wrong attitude that you do. You might also be able to lose experience, and it always saves the skill. And also if the level goes down. Then I have here, these parts are for local storage. I can save the skill by saving everything on player prefs. Okay, I can load the skill from the player prefs. If you don't know, player prefs is basically what handles basic local storage data. And I can also load all skills if I want to load all of the skills for my player. Here I can get the current experience from a specific skill category. Here I can get the current level from a specific category. And this one just retrieves all levels. Okay, you might be looking at that part and maybe thinking, okay, I'm trying to get that experience. I see here that I'm going over each element from my list of skills, but there's no player prefs here. So how can I access player prefs? It's because I'm loading that previously, right? I'm loading that right when the game starts. On my awake, I am loading everything, getting things from local storage and leaving everything on the memory, so it's easier for me to access. You can visually check that here on the inspector. So if I play the game, then I open the player data, I have my 7 skills. Skills. Those skills are here. Are my skill properties. Okay. A list of skill properties. Then I have my 7 elements. And I can even take a deeper look at what's happening right here. So for example, add 100 for strength, add experience. I can see it here. And then I can also check the console to see where specifically, if you can see that I tried to explain things a little bit fast, I know. But it's because everything is so commented. There are so many comments here. I mean, you can just select what you want to know how it happened, double click it, and you're going straight to that specific line. So for example, add experience. Look, all of that happened. So adding 100 experience to strength, double click. It happened here. Cool. Skill strength new experience is now 200. It's here. See? Saving skill strength data to player prefs. So now I'm saving that to local storage. It's on this line. Skill strength saved in player prefs. So it has already been saved. With the keys, specific keys, how it is on the player prefs. Strength XP, strength level. And now retrieving current experience. So it's updating. Right? Retrieving for speed, retrieving for agility. Because every time I add something, I ask my code to update it. Right here. And now for visuals, the UI operations. I have this function that basically updates. I already told you guys about it. When I click the add experience, I find which one is on the drop-down, and I add experience from that skill and that amount of experience. And always don't forget to update the texts. I can also remove. I can also reset everything. And this one was just a routine example that I made. Just for example, if you want to test like, okay, when I press F1, run this. You can easily adapt. Okay, so that's it. I hope it helps. There's a version in English and also a version in Portuguese because I'm Brazilian. You guys can access that on the description for free. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I tried to explain things a little bit quick, but it's because I'm late for an appointment, so I'm very sorry about that. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. See you in the jam.